Hello, loves. Welcome back. So today's video is a little serious. We got a question from one of our subscribers, and we said we were going to do a video for her because it was just too much to explain, and we've both been through similar situations.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start off with just reading the question.
And we were actually supposed to post it last week. I said I was going to post it last week, but we got so busy and caught up that we just never got around to it. So here we go.
Okay, this is by, her name is Gri99Sab99. I don't know if it's a girl or guy, but it sounds like a girl.
No, it's a girl.
Okay, let's see. Have you ever been so in love with someone so much you felt as if you guys could be more than soulmates if that were possible? As if you had everything in a partner, a friend, a protector, and came from worlds only the both of you could understand. But you knew that despite how much you guys loved each other and have been through together, you just had to end it because it became too toxic, unhealthy, or just not the same. Almost as if it's not necessarily the person that changed, but just circumstances or things that they were doing that devastated the relationship itself. How would you advise to let something so hard go? Pretty deep.
That's a pretty heavy one.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Well, I mean, I think we've all been in toxic relationships, and just ending anything is always hard to do. But if it's toxic, it's something that has to be done no matter what, because you're both not growing or getting anything good out of the relationship anymore. So the best thing for your own sanity and mental health pretty much is to let it go.
Well, I think she already knows that she has to let it go. That's pretty much what she's saying. She's saying, like, how do you deal with it? Circumstances change all the time. So it's how a person reacts to the circumstances that matters. It's not the circumstances, because you're always going to have circumstances come up. But how are you, for example, right? You have one person, they're stuck in traffic, and they're like, oh, okay, so I'm stuck in traffic. Oh, I can really use this time. I can really utilize this time to listen to like my audiobook, or I can use this time to think of something more in depth and detail and kind of figure it out in my head. Or you'll have somebody who's stuck in traffic and they're cursing and yelling and frustrated and their heart rate's like going up. So two people stuck in the same traffic, but with different perspectives and different choices of how they're going to deal with that situation. Does that make sense?
It does, but I think she's saying that, okay, regardless of what, like, it's too bad and you have to let it go. That's the bottom line. You have to let it go. So how would you let it go going forward? Like, how do you let go of something?
I think to let go of obviously material things and other things is so much easier than to let go of somebody that you love, especially someone that's opposite sex of you, that you are in love with and infatuated with, and they've just got under your skin and they literally feel like a high to you. That's probably like the hardest thing to let go of.
Because you can't picture a life without them.
Right.
You have to start all over.
And that's when people tend to get suicidal, because you're so emotionally attached to that feeling of what it's like to be around them. And mentally, everything's mental. So you've created this spectacular fantasy world of being with this person. But really, in reality, okay, so what I was saying, because our memory card cut out, in case I can't fix that, is that the difference between you and your boyfriend, or a person and their boyfriend or girlfriend, is like Jess and I. We're best friends. We sometimes get on each other's nerves, but other times we're just so mesmerized by the differences and just interesting things about one another. You know, we all have interesting things about each other. So anyways, the difference between Jess and I is we're not having sex. The difference between you and the other spouse is you're having sex. So that always intensifies things and brings in a different dynamic. But when you just, and it's so hard and so much easier to say, you have to pull away from this person, which you already know. Best way, and if you can, is to literally, like, I
would do it cold turkey, honestly.
You have to do it cold turkey.
I would just completely,
I would change my number,
email, if you can,
any kind of contact. Yes,
don't hang out at the same places. I know that, like, you may have some mutual friends in common. Try to not.
Or you need to make a drastic change.
And tell those people, if you decide to continue to hang out with them, let them know, listen, if you want to,
I don't want to hear about it.
I don't want to hear about the other person, and please let me know if that person will be there, because I don't want to be in the same circle, the same room with that person.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, that's the best way I could, you cannot talk to them at all.
That's the only way.
Otherwise, you're going to keep getting sucked in, and and you know what I mean? It's just, it's like when exes stay friends. I don't understand how that's possible.
I don't either.
I mean, I've never been able to do that.
More props, but.
Yeah, good for you, but I've never been able to do that. When I'm done with you, I'm done with you.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that chapter of my life is just done. Not that they're a bad person. Maybe it has to do with something in my inner soul that I just don't want to be able to open another door to that world. And that's part of my life. I want to close that chapter, let it go, let that person start their own chapter, and I want to start my own chapter.
And if you just happen to bump into them and say hi, that's fine. But I mean, like, as far as really being friends and hanging out and talking to them on a daily basis, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's very odd. Then you don't really let go.
So strange.
It's so for in a situation like this where it's toxic and you want to break out, you definitely can have any type of contact with this person at all. You just have to be strong.
I used to I can totally I can totally relate to that because I've been so in love with somebody that it felt like it took my breath away to be away from that person. But the best thing to do and the thing that helped me is I went from
who was this?
Vegas to I can't talk about it.
I remember. Okay, forget it.
Yeah. So I went from Vegas to New York, and then that made me I felt like I was in a new world. There were so many new things to experience, and I would still think about that person. It's going to be really hard. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be really painful. It's going to be really hard. But if you just allow yourself to be open to other people, there's so many amazing people. There's 8 billion people on this earth.
You'll
it's
find
7 or 8 billion people. There's no way you're not going to find a new person. It's just impossible. You don't feel it. You don't feel like you'll be able to find another person like that, where you have that connection from a different world, like nobody else could understand. But I promise you, there is other people out there that you can have that same connection, and sometimes maybe even more powerful that you didn't even expect.
Maybe not the same, but a different
way in a powerful way, in a different way.
Because every relationship, you're 2 different people. They always bring different dynamics to it.
Yes.
That's why certain people's 2 hotheads together won't ever go together. It has to be somebody that's more mellow and mellows out that whole relationship. You know what I mean? It's about balance with everything.
It really is. If you have any further questions about this topic, because I hope we answered it as best as we could.
We hope that we answered your question for you. That's what we got from your, that whole paragraph. The end was we pretty much know that you just are in a bad situation and you need to get out. We've all been there. So that's what we would do to get out of it. But if you have any other questions and, want us to elaborate a little bit more, maybe give us a little bit more detail.
Yeah, because that was really vague. So we just try to do our best off of that question. But that's what we got. I know Sassy's hair is flying everywhere. Pretty much, it's going to be painful. It's like a wound. You get hurt. It's going to hurt a whole lot more and get a lot more uglier before it gets any better. And you just got to go through it. And that's what makes you stronger too.
It does. You'll learn so many different things about yourself.
And how you think and feel now will be so different years from now. People used to tell me that, and it's so true. I was a stubborn person when I was young. Sometimes I'm still stubborn, but I've really worked on myself, and it helped a lot. Self-development is amazing, phenomenal. And we'll leave some book recommendations down below that have helped me, and particularly, especially. I don't know, is there a particular book that helped you, Jess?
I'm kind of a tough cookie. I didn't really read any to get out of relationship type books. I read other stuff, but not that. So no, she'll be more with the self-help to get out of relationship. With relationships, I'm usually very cut and dry. I'll eat that pain as much as it kills me. I'll just put a wall and probably cry by myself, but then eventually so that's just how I handle things, which is probably bad, but
I don't know. I don't get attached to usually. There's only one person I got attached to like that.
Yeah.
So
I get attached sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I don't. But I've gotten attached one time in that intoxicating feeling way. That's why I can relate to that, and that's what helped me. But I will put down below some self-help books. I'm not talking about, these aren't books how to get out of a relationship. It's more on if you work with yourself. And I'm telling you, you have to develop yourself, your inner feelings, your inner thoughts. Your thoughts and your inner feelings are what's creating, and you're allowing to be created out here. So this wasn't created before somebody thought about it. So what you're thinking is going to manifest, period. That's it. And if you want to end that relationship, you have to start changing your thoughts, because your thoughts are what's making you feel this way and say these things and think these things. And then after you think, you start to feel. And then when you feel, it takes over your whole body.
You can do it. You can be strong. It's going to be hard, but you can get through it. And again,
you're going to find somebody way more amazing than that person. Believe it or not. As strong as she feels right now,
she's going to move on.
You're going to find somebody
like we said
spectacular.
Before, there's so many people in this world, you'll find somebody else.
Absolutely. So I mean, like me, I'm trying to find 10 husbands. There's so many amazing people out there.
Christ, she's just
I don't know why I should settle for one. I don't want to settle for one.
She's just greedy. She's a different breed. She wants it all.
You know?
So do I. I'm not 10 husbands, but I want everything in one guy.
10 sounds small. I need like 20.
No, I want everything in one guy. I want everything on my list.
Well, everybody does.
Damn it.
There's no such things. We're humans. We're humans and we make mistakes.
I guess so that there's no such thing as perfect. You're always going to have to decide like what you can deal with and what you can't deal with in an imperfect person. Like what are your deal breakers and what?
And look at Jess and I. Yeah. We're perfectly imperfect and that's what makes us so perfect.
Yes. We love our flaws.
We do.
Well, we hope this helped. And again, let us know if you have any other questions. Love you very much. Thank you guys for tuning in and we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for my bird nest hair, but I'll see you guys later. Mwah. Bye, dolls. Yes, you want to say bye? Bye. I need a bath.
She's stinky like her mom.
Ooh, you stink bomb.
Just like her mama.
I love ya. I love you, princess.
There we go. Hey, loves.
Wait, sorry.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm ready. Thank God Bella's not passing gas around us. Are we in frame?
Come a little bit.
We're always out of frame.
I don't understand what it is.
You just love me. That's why you're always on top of me. I'm just always squinting that way.
No.
You just can't get enough of me.
It's not
Don't lie. You know you want me. Just
yeah.
kidding.
Oh,
okay. Ready?
Okay.
I bet you have dreams about me. Do you get wet dreams about me?
No, I have dreams of taking you a bath and holding you down. Those dreams I do.
Are you trying to say I'm dirty?
Yes, you dirty witch.
I'm like an angel. There's not a dirty spot on me. All right, let's go. Let's do
Okay.
this. Hi, Sassy.
Let's go.
You want to put Sassy up here? Look at her. She's looking at you like, oh.
Because you match us.
She loves
Okay.
Go ahead. All right, here we go. Did it as best as we could from that question.
Jesus. Okay, what she means to say is we hope that you think, look, now I can talk. Oh my God.